What's up, my digital gangsters? Ever since Gemini Man released and got bad reviews, God sent a pestilence upon us as a punishment. And since then, the amount of crippling loneliness in high school students has doubled, and doubled again, and doubled. So I, your appointed hoology counselor, will assist you in getting amongst some hoes and ending the sense of loneliness inside. Breakout rooms were invented by Satan himself when he thought it would be funny to make people with social anxiety suffer even more. So to the unexperienced folk, unless you're in one with someone you already know, it will be a silent, awkward mess. But it is a vital skill to know how to act in these. First off, when you're in a breakout room with anybody, you need to ask yourself a couple questions before proceeding. Do they likely ignore me trying to talk? Is their camera on? And did I just shit myself? If you believe yes for the first and third, just let the breakout room pass. What's worse than a silent breakout room is knowing that you're the reason why it's silent. If the camera is on, they're more likely to respond, so keep that in mind. So, you're in a breakout room with the girl. RJ pick a Garfield because their profile pic. If you manage to get over your social anxiety of talking to pixels over a screen, start a conversation. Mention how much you hate class. You need to say this even if you have an A in class or if you actually like it. It's just standard, let's be honest. No one can relate to someone who actually cares about school. After this, you have less than 5 minutes to get that social media information. If she gives you her Snapchat or Insta, you've done good. If she gives you her WhatsApp, that is not a fellow classmate. That is a horny 42-year-old man. Once you enter those DMs, it's really free range. There's nothing specific I can say besides don't send Family Guy memes. Just don't. A man and his limits is not set by the RGB keyboard in his room, nor the size of his homework folder, but by his mind. A holeless man is a mindset that anyone can have, perhaps more severe than others. But the difference between him and the hopeful man is that the hopeful man recognizes that you can't be the world's greatest Garfield kart player without playing Garfield kart. The same thing applies to relationships and everything else. You can always wish to be the Garfield Cup World Champion, but unless you actually try it, it is just a fantasy. With interactions mostly being limited online, the game has changed. There's no fear of being physically near anybody. If you simplify everything to being pixels on the screen, it'll be wholly easier to talk to people. If breakout rooms aren't in the question, there's always the more primitive way. Less risk, but less success. It's called looking through your friends' following list and following everyone from there and so on. Honestly, if you get accepted, just say whatever you want. Usually I open up with a picture of a white Drake and see if they are also a person of taste. If they send you a snap that just says streaks, just block them immediately and move on to the next person. If you hate yourself, you can always pick up Jaiboue, as most of the time it's always local people. But are you really that down bad? That desperate? If the answer is yes, you need to get prepared for the most amount of disappointment possible. If the equivalent to breakout rooms is speed dating, then Jaiboue is the equivalent of a high school science fair. Lots of weird looks, boring, and unless it is flashy or looks like God built it, very lonely. It works, I guess, but typically Jaiboue relationships end fast and make you feel empty inside. Following these steps, if it didn't dig you in a bigger hole than before and ruined your life, you will surely be blessed for many moons and be directed towards success. Subscribe, like, look at this fucking cat.